It was one of those afternoons that felt heavier than it should have. The kind where even the sun seemed tired of shining. I sat on my porch staring at the yard that needed mowing and the life that needed fixing. My wife had left 6 months ago. My job gone 3 weeks back. The only thing that hadn't left me was the silence. Then I heard footsteps on the gravel. "Hot day," a voice said softly. I looked up to see my neighbor Emily from 2 houses down. She was holding a glass of lemonade, condensation dripping down the sides. Like it knew the heat better than I did. I managed a polite nod. Yes it is." Without asking, she handed me the glass and sat on the edge of the porch steps. "I made too much," she said. We both knew she hadn't. For a while, we just sat there, the air thick with things unspoken. She watched the street like she was waiting for something to pass by. Anything but time itself. Finally, I said, "You didn't have to do this." She smiled faintly. "I know, but I wanted to." I took a sip. It was perfectly tart, perfectly cold. The kind of drink that wakes up your senses just enough to remind you you're still here. Then she whispered almost too quietly to catch. "I know what it's like to feel empty." Her words hit harder than I expected. For a moment, I forgot about my lemonade. I forgot about everything except that sentence. The way she said empty, like she'd spent years echoing inside it. I didn't know much about Emily. She was quiet, always had her hair tied back and rarely spoke more than a hello. But in that instant, I saw something behind her calm, something raw, familiar. I asked, "When did it stop feeling that way?" She looked at me, eyes a little glassy, but not broken. "It doesn't, not completely. You just start filling it with small things like sunshine or helping someone who looks how you feel." She smiled again, this time softer. "Sometimes it's lemonade." That line, simple, human, honest, did something to me. We talked for nearly 2 hours about music, about how the world felt different since the pandemic, about losing people and finding ways to keep going. Anyway, there was laughter, too. The awkward kind that turns real without warning. By the time she stood up to leave, the sun had settled into an amber haze. She turned back once and said, "Tomorrow, I'll bring cookies. But only if you promise to tell me something good about your day." I nodded, a small grin finding its way out of hiding. "Deal." That night, for the first time in months, I didn't feel like a ghost sitting in my own life. I thought about what she said. That emptiness doesn't disappear, it just changes shape. Maybe kindness is what fills the cracks. And the next morning, I cleaned the porch. I even mowed the lawn. And when I saw Emily walking down the sidewalk with a small plate in her hands, I was already holding 2 glasses of lemonade. Moral ending message. Sometimes it takes one small act of kindness, a glass of lemonade, a few honest words to remind someone that emptiness isn't forever. It just needs something real to fill it.